Namaste friends, my name is Amit Garg. Welcome to my channel Vedic Astro Amit. Today we'll talk about the very big transit. Finally, Sun will be in Aries as of April 14th. And so this will happen after big 2 or 3 weeks of turbulent times. So first, we'll have two eclipses, the lunar eclipse followed by the solar eclipse on April 8th. Then Mars and Saturn are going to be conjunct on around 10th of April. Mercury retrograde, Mercury Gandanta twice or thrice during these eclipses. So big, massive events, very, very powerful, uh, you know, even malefic congregation of energy in certain signs. But overall, heavy period, difficult transits going on for a while. And then after that, finally, Surya, the sun, will pass through the Gandanta, which is the edge of Pisces and the beginning of Aries. And so after April 14th, we'll have Surya Dev, the king, back in its favorite sign of Aries, where it is exalted. So by then, Mars would have crossed ahead of Saturn. So that Graha Yuddha, the planetary war, would be over. By that time, we'll be, past the two eclipses, of course, even though energy of eclipses could be felt in several months after the eclipse, but at least the peak of the eclipse will be over. And Mercury would also have gone past the Gandanta one final time. So this will be a welcome change. This will be a true sunrise, true Suryodaya. Massive opportunities for pretty much all signs. We'll discuss all the 12 signs, especially for four different signs that we'll discuss. But overall, for everybody, a big relief in many areas. Surya is, of course, the king of the solar system, right? So when Surya is happy, then he can grant happiness to the kingdom. But if the king is afflicted, going through these tough periods, eclipse, and then Rahu energy, and then watery sign, so that's not very conducive. That's not a very good period for the whole kingdom. So the king has to be happy. The king has to be strong. Only then he can lead his kingdom. So we'll talk about exactly as we do with any transit. We'll first look at the qualities of the sign, qualities of the planet, all the planets that we're talking about, and then we'll combine those, and then we'll go look at the remedies overall. Finally, we'll look at each of the 12 rising signs. So again, in this video, in my in my site, in my channel, we only look at sidereal zodiac, not tropical, only the Vedic zodiac, okay? And this transit, you should look from your rising sign, from your lagna. Only if you don't know your birth time, then you can see your moon sign. But look at it from the rising sign. A lot of people ask, and whether it's sun sign or anything, there's no sun sign involved here. We're simply looking at the rising sign. So now we'll go one by one, the properties of the sign and the planets, and then see how that energy is going to function. And this introspection is good for everybody. We'll talk in detail, especially the remedies also, and then you can go over to your each respective sign. So this is what's happening. We have Sun is going to be in Aries from April 13th through May 14th. So first of all, the sign of Aries. Aries, as I mentioned, is the first sign. It's the bold initiatives that we take. It's like a trailblazer, right? So everything is fresh, everything is new, this great energy. And there is action, action, action. Now, that may also mean impulsiveness. So that means sometimes you act without thinking through the consequences. Let's say you have an idea, and immediately you'll jump and try to execute that idea. So that's one caution, is to think through things before acting. Now, Sun, of course, Sun is the king of the solar system. Sun is the public image. Sun is the name and fame. Sun is the leadership. And Sun is self-worth. Sun is the karaka for the soul, our identity, our true identity. And Sun is the truth, because the king really wants to find out the truth, go to the root of the matter. So sun, it represents the ultimate truth, and sun is our identity. Sun is also uh, helping other people. Like king wants to make sure that everybody in the kingdom is living happily. So he wants to give things. He wants to help people. Benevolence is a big quality of the sun. Sun is considered, harsh, cruel, because sun is uh, very strict, like a strict father. So that's why considered malefic. But it means good. It's a dharmic planet, and sun represents our vitality in general, our health. And then sun is a very sattvic energy and dharmic energy, all of that. So then sun in Aries, Aries is ruled by Mars, who is the warrior in chief. Sun is the king. So sun in Aries is a perfect match. They want to strategize. They want to execute. They just want to go to war and accomplish things. And then the first 2 weeks of this transit, for the first 2 weeks, they will be so first 2 weeks, Jupiter will also be in Aries. Okay. So Jupiter in Aries will actually give a lot of wisdom, a lot of this. So this impulsiveness will be in check. So you'll make decisions wisely. On the other hand, Jupiter may also give you expansion, like, liberation, as in um, free hand. Go do your thing, and even um, win bigger battles. Be more positive. Jupiter is hope and big picture and expansion and growth, and Jupiter is positivity. Can do attitude. Okay, so that becomes, so Jupiter and Sun and Aries together. That becomes like, yes, we can, cosmic pep talk, like faith in your abilities and in yourself. So first 2 weeks, extremely positive, extremely um, this energy of positivity will be there. Okay, but be cautious. Again, we have to make sure that you're not being too hasty, and also you're not making too lofty plans. So Sun Aries will give you this energy to do things. And Jupiter will add optimism. Okay, so Sun Aries means truth will prevail. There's no doubt about it. It gives you this fearless energy, this braveness, adventurous spirit. So you basically, you can trail your own, you can carve your own path. Okay, extremely courageous and confidence. Confidence will be at its peak, especially after all this eclipse season, and very independent. And so it may be like super assertive also, right? So the things to be mindful, Sun is the Pitta planet, and Aries is a Pitta uh, sign. And then Jupiter is expansions, is this, caution. One thing is for sure, there might be more fire disasters possible, wildfires, or even at your home. Be careful while cooking, be careful while doing yagyas or anything related with fire. So be very careful. Second thing is, try not to be overly competitive. Uh, sun in Sun in Aries means the war has to be won, by any means. So very competitive. So that nature of competitiveness will be there. There could also be a lot of restlessness. You got to do something. You got to take action. That's Sun in Aries. So be careful with that. There could be a lot of ego. Sun in Aries knows there's no limit, right? So there could be arrogance and ego. So you may actually want have this urge to go alone. If others don't agree, you just will go alone. So don't ignore other people around you. That is very, very important. Sun in Aries, pay attention to other people. Don't go alone unless it's like, nobody's on the same page, or at least have discussions. Make sure you take into account other people's opinions, and, walk together. Uh, One other big caution is, of course, all this Pitta energy. There could be short temper, there could be conflicts, aggressive energy, anger, all of that. Please keep in check. Drive carefully as well. Sun in Aries, and of course, depends on which house is taking place. But in general, all these, impulsiveness, instantaneous energy, instantaneous action, action, action without taking rest. So also pay attention to your health. Take proper rest, and drink lots of water. That's a big remedy. Drink lots of water. And then also do more spiritual things, because that will help the first 2 weeks at least when Jupiter is there. Try to digest this new energy. Try to think, meditate upon all these new ideas, new energy. And then the following 2 weeks, you can take action, or at least after a few days. Okay, so that's the overall message, overall caution. So ultimately, you'll want to find your truth. Sun in Aries means, embark on a new journey, find who you are, find your truth, your soul, and the purpose of your soul. And Jupiter being there, you'll have the blessings of the gurus. Stay in the company of your gurus or your sangha. Spend time at the temples. Do things for for the priests, donation for the priests, donation for educational purposes, donations for uh, any dharmic causes will be excellent during this transit. Some other remedies you can do is in terms of mantras. You can do Gayatri mantra. Gayatri mantra, especially on Sundays, but every day early morning, you can think of the rising sun and do Gayatri mantra. You can do Yagyas Homa ceremonies with Gayatri mantra. Any kind of fire ceremony, any kind of yagya for Ganesha, for Guru with Guru mantra, with Gayatri mantra, all of those. And you can honor the fire energy in general. Sit in front of fireplace. See, sun is the light of the fire, and Mars is the heat of the fire, right? So now there's a combination of both. So we honor Agni Devta, the fire energy. Okay, so those, and then other things like you can listen to the Aditya Hridayam. You can do sun salutations. That'll help with this Martian energy, this physical energy, impulsive energy as well. Lots of sun salutations. And then you can do some other remedies for Surya. You can offer water to sun god, and just focus on your truth. Sit and try to meditate and figure out what is your truth. So that's the overall combination of Sun in Aries with Jupiter first 2 weeks. And then after 2 weeks, starting May 1st, Jupiter will actually enter Taurus. You can watch my other video, Jupiter entering the sign of Taurus. That's a major transit happening. That'll be May 1st. And then also, I'm going to start a couple of big courses coming up in the month of April. Stay tuned for those videos. Excellent, very detailed and practical courses. And you can join those. And in my courses, it's all based on charts. We look at the charts of famous personalities. And also other videos for transits coming up. Please watch those, very useful. So now we'll go one by one, each of the 12 zodiac signs, and look at your rising sign. That's important here. Okay. So first of all, for Aries rising, if your Lagna is Aries, then we're looking at Sun in Aries. So Sun will be in your Lagna, transiting through your Lagna. Sun is your fifth lord. So the fifth lord will be going over your Lagna. Basically, this is the month for self-exploration, to find out who you are, really find your truth. And fifth house is all about creativity. Sun is all about creativity. And for Aries, Sun is a big planet for creativity. Sitting in the first house, a huge month to initiate new projects. Be very creative. Maybe do some new projects with your children or with your own self, who you are, or self-discovery. And the first house will be illuminated. Like, you will not be obscure anymore. You may get name and fame, and then you may be a new leader. You may come out as a leader, and you'll also help other people. You'll be very, very generous and benevolent this month. Maybe start some big projects to help other people, help the humanity. Focus will also be on your health. First house represents our health in general, and Sun represents our immunity. So Sun in the first house is always really good for immunity in natal chart. Now it's in the transit happening, right? So this 1 month will give you boost. If you're having some health issues, this will give you improvement in your health. So focus on your health, start some new health routines. Also, Could give you some new romantic relationships. Fifth Lord is romance, and sitting in the first house. And Aries, it's the new beginnings, right? So something new with, or in your existing romantic relationship, some new things will surface, some new opportunities. Together, you may do some new projects, do some creative things together. Um, and then also good for engaging in sports, physical activity. That's fifth house. And so Sun in Aries, excellent time to really work on a lot of your, any kind of sports or physical activity, and combine that with, improving your health and all of that. And then you'll have the wisdom of the guru for another couple of weeks. Guru will be in your first house until May 1st, and then Guru moves to your second house. So you'll have the blessings of the Guru as well, expansion. Anything that you start, anything that you think of in terms of self-improvement, in terms of discovering who you are, your truth, or with your children or with the romantic partners, this is a good month. Now, also, possible good window to look at some stock investments and speculation. So those, you can initiate some projects. You can look at some, do some activity in that respect. So it'll be a good, positive month for investments as well. So that's for the sign of Aries, rising sign of Aries. Next, we'll look at Taurus. So for Taurus, um, this is the fourth lord. Sun is the fourth lord, going over your 12th house. So you see, wherever Sun goes, that house is fully illuminated. Sun is the light of the universe, of our solar system. Sun is the light of Agni, and Mars is the heat. And so 12th house will be the focus of your life. 12th house is all the esoteric stuff, subconscious mind. So great month to learn some energy healing, to learn astral travel, to go to other planes, other planets, past life regression, connect with your ancestors. See, soul, Sun is your soul, and 12th house is lineage and ancestors. What a great placement to go and connect with your ancestors in your dreams, in your sleep, in your meditation. Okay. Finding your truth, who you are, that this is a great time for that. Now, fourth house is your inner happiness as well. So you may discover your inner happiness. Fourth house is also your mother, represents your mother. So a good time to do some things with your mother. Rediscover your relationship, your this bonding with your mother. Be cautious. Do not have or show or have any ego or arrogance when dealing with your mother or dealing with the foreigners. You may get lots of opportunities of doing projects in foreign country, travel in foreign country, or meeting some foreign people. But set aside your ego. And also, do not do things on your own in general, dealing with foreigners, or try to have other people's opinion as well. And also stay away from any conflicts or anger or issues with foreigners or with your mother. And fourth house is also real estate or a place of residence. So you may make your place of residence as a retreat center, as a dharmic place. Okay. And also real estate investments, a good time to explore investment, especially this is a very, very powerful combination because fourth house is real estate and 12th house is investments also. And so wonderful time to think about expanding your real estate portfolio or, getting into the real estate projects. Okay. 12th house is also house for donation. So again, wonderful time, wonderful month for you to give donations, especially for foreign people or foreign causes or for priests or temples. And then also, pay attention. You're not trying to show off things. I mean, 12th house. So by a lot of expenses, like you may want to spend a lot of money to show off that you have money. So that tendency may be there. So don't overspend. Don't have impulsive spending. That's very important because Sun in Mars is like, hey, I can spend $1,000 right away. And so that's a problem because Sun has this ego also. Okay. And also stay away from competitiveness with your mother, well, or with people, in foreign countries, but you'll have lots of business opportunities from foreign countries. Okay. So all of that and be very creative when dealing with your mother, with your place of residence, with your real estate investments. Really wonderful time to be creative and carve out some projects for the long term. Take care of your health also. Don't be, there's a lot of energy in this transit, so don't be working too hard. Now, sun in the 12th house may also mean, too much brightness when you're trying to sleep. So sleep may be impacted. So take care of your health. Make sure you're sleeping enough and drinking enough water. And then listen to the intro section for further remedies and more recommendations. Next is the sign of Gemini, the Gemini rising, Gemini Lagna. So for Gemini, it's the Sun is the third lord. Sun will be transiting through your 11th house. See, third house and 11th house. Number one caution is keep your desires in check. Okay. Second is do not act impulsively on your desires. If a thought comes to your mind, you should not run, to get that thing. And but this is a great time to get on the social media, start networking. See, third house and 11th house, um, marketing, sales, communication, uh, expanding your social media presence. All of that will be excellent, give you success, name and fame, popularity. So great time to get out there, your business, start marketing, start selling yourself, and then also short distance travels. That's third house. Like within the city, maybe go to join some expos or some fairs, some festivals, and exhibit your products or your business or your services there. And then talk to a lot of people. Basically, this month is the month of building your network, and both through short distance travels, but also through social media. Both the third house and 11th house are our combination is acting here, is getting activated. Now, key is be very careful, don't have any anger issues or conflicts with people on social media or in your communication. Use gentle wording. I mean, you don't use harsh words. Um, and get along with people and don't try to go alone. 11th house is our friends also, so be cautious not to have any ego issues with your friends or have this competitiveness with your friends. You'll discover true friends during this transit. You'll know who is your true friend. Sun in the 11th house will give you wisdom. Eliminate that house, eliminate your true friendships. Good for financial gains also. You'll set projects in motion that will bring in good money. Be creative. Be creative in how to make money, how to develop your network, how to be on the social media, how to make more friends, how to do marketing and sales. And now one big key thing for this also is learn some new skills. That is third house. Okay, and do all the remedies we mentioned in the intro section. And then also your younger siblings, and in fact, older siblings both, right? So third house is younger siblings, 11th house is older siblings. So do projects with your siblings. This may also, you may discover the bonding with, rediscover the bond with your siblings. Okay, but again, it's the same caution, don't have any ego issues with your siblings. You'll feel extremely courageous. Third house is our courage, and the ruler in the 11th house, so strong, exalted, with Jupiter first 2 weeks. So you'll have the wisdom, but then make sure you're not going alone. You're not my way or highway, and you're not taking action too soon. You may also want to help your friends. You may want to help your siblings. That's the leadership of the sun. Okay. And also the health of your siblings may improve. That may be the focus. So all of that really wonderful placement, good timing. Essentially, your Kama Trikona is getting activated. Kama Trikona is, the third house and the 11th house. Both are the Kama, the desires, the things that we enjoy in life. So excellent time for all of this, manifest all your desires, but make sure you're thinking through everything before acting on it. And good time to be fearless and courageous and adventurous and new projects, new initiatives. A lot of creativity is seen. And anyway, Mercury is the planet of the Lagna Lord, right? So, and is a friend of the sun. So you'll have the support, you'll have all the positive hope and optimism from the Jupiter first 2 weeks to set things in motion. And then you can achieve big projects, big initiatives during this month, especially after this rough, few weeks of the eclipse season and other transits happening. So that's for the sign of Gemini. Next, we'll look at the sign of Cancer. Next is the sign of Cancer, rising sign. So if your Lagna is Cancer, this is the section for you. We're talking about Sun in Aries from April 13th to May 14th. And now, as we mentioned in the intro section, this is a big transit, big relief, as if a new sunrise, Suryodaya, after these turbulent few weeks. And so for Cancer rising, Sun is the second lord in the 10th house. Watch the intersection to understand Sun in Aries with Jupiter for first couple of weeks, and then what that means, and a lot of remedies. So second lord in the 10th house, there's a connection between your family, your career, your speech, your food, your family wealth, and your name and fame. So this is the period to rise and shine in your career, in the public life. It'll improve your public image. You'll come across as a leader. You'll come across as a person who wants to take care of other people, like a very benevolent king. Um, and you'll establish yourself. You'll have your status, your identity, your self-worth. All of that will be recognized. You'll discover your truth in terms of your career, what really you are here for, your purpose. And be careful not to have any ego issues at work, not to have any arrogance, not to show too much of competitive energy. Leadership is one side, good, but having this excessive competitiveness is not good. Do not try to go alone. You will come across as a leader. You'll shine as a leader, but leader doesn't mean my way or highway. Make sure, because otherwise you'll be perceived as someone with a big ego, and so then you'll alienate people. Don't have any temper issues or lose any anger or conflicts situations at work. Very important. All of that goes with your family members also. And but good, time to expand your career, your profession, your work, your family wealth. Um, but don't show restlessness. See, as a leader, this is the month when you'll have a lot of new ideas, a lot of initiatives, a lot of creativity. But don't show aggressive. Don't be aggressive. Be assertive. Be independent. Be confident. Be courageous. Show the new path. That's your, number one job is to show other people new trails, and the truth will prevail. But don't be hasty. Don't be over impulsive in your actions. And again, don't be too competitive. So 10th house will be the focus. Wherever sun goes, that house it gets illuminated. And then also a good time to focus on your words. Uh, you can be a good speaker at work. Second lord in the 10th house. Give speeches, deliver messages, use your words very effectively. Your words will have a lot of power. And then also um, pay attention to your diet. So this month you'll improve your diet, especially, if you were ignoring your food habits were not good at work, this month will improve that. But be very creative, new initiatives, new projects, very creative work. Those things will be uh, very prominent, very clear for you. Now, in terms of remedies and what things you can do to enhance, you can do Gayatri Mantra at work or before going to work. You can do yagyas at work if that's kind of profession you have. Um, Otherwise, you can just play these mantras in your playlist in your headphones, or especially uh, the Aditya Hridaya Stotram. that will be, it's excellent. Let's say you have some, even ego issues or competitiveness issues at work, or with your boss. So this month will actually put you in good books with your boss, but still there could be these ego issues. So playing Aditya Hridayam will be a perfect remedy. Help out your co-workers. That's an excellent remedy. Sun is the king, a benevolent king, right? So helping your co-workers will put you in really good like spot. Like you'll come across as a very genuine, compassionate leader. So those are a few things, and then look at watch the intro section for more remedies. Next is the sign of Leo. You are the king. Leo is ruled by Sun, so your Lagna Lord in the ninth house, exalted along with the Guru Jupiter. Jupiter is the advisor to the king, and you're sitting in the house of your warrior in chief, making strategies, making plans, and basically taking action, and action of the highest order, executive actions. And so you will rise and shine. This is your time. So we're talking about Sun in Aries. Watch the intersection first if you haven't already. So things you can expect. First of all, you will be a guru, a teacher, a leader, could be a spiritual guru uh, for a lot of people. And you'll spend a lot of time with your superiors also, or with your father, with your gurus, in your sangha. You may actually do big projects, big initiatives in your spiritual circle. Okay, in your temple, ninth house is temples or the spiritual places. A really wonderful time to take a pilgrimage, and that will help you discover your truth, discover who you are. A great time to focus on your health, improve your health. Um, Lots of good opportunities to do dharmic work, like even the traditional, like yagyas and fire ceremonies and rituals, learning new skills, new ways of doing things, learning how to do yagya, or reading the scriptures, higher studies. Great time to start, let's say, PhD or master's program, or just higher like religious studies. And then also this is sort of like Bhagyodaya. Ninth house represents our luck, is the Bhagyasthan. And so the king, the Surya, the Sattvic planet, visiting your ninth house, exalted along with the company of Jupiter. This 1 month will just really be excellent for you in all respects. And first 2 weeks, Jupiter will also be in the ninth house, aspecting your Lagna as well. So blessings from everywhere, and your luck will shine upon you. Uh, Sky is the limit, basically, even beyond the sky. So you can really shine in your spiritual circles, especially. So do things for yourself. Now, there are some cautions. One is this may give you a lot of ego and this superiority complex almost. So stay away from that. And also not to have any ego issues with your gurus or father or superiors or with your spiritual sangha, or any competitive, excessive competitiveness, or any ego or arrogance or anger or conflicts with any of these relationships. And with yourself also, don't be too harsh on yourself, and don't have huge expectations from yourself. Okay, yes, you'll shine as a leader, but make sure you're taking enough rest, enough water, and taking it one step at a time. And also each step, in fact, before taking any step, you're thinking through all the possible consequences and results, and take the guidance of the gurus. Walk with other people together. Don't go alone. And just take advice from other people, and don't be too impulsive. So that's the sign of Leo. Next, we'll talk about the sign of Virgo. For Virgo, this is the transit that will really activate your spiritual powers. Your 12th Lord is going to go into the 8th house, and that Lord is none other than the king of the solar system, the bearer of the light. So your 8th house will be completely illuminated, and that is being illuminated by the ruler of the 12th house. So the two moksha sthanas will be completely activated. For Virgo, this you will shine bright. Your spiritual energies will be heightened. You can really tap into the subconscious mind. You can tap into the other planes of existence. All of the things that I mentioned in my videos for energy healing, past life regression, working with the ancestors, getting messages from ancestors. In fact, during this transit, you may actually discover your true lineage, going back many, many, many lifetimes. Um, and and then hidden secrets of the universe, finding the ultimate truth, who you are, what's the secret of the universe. Um, and in fact, you can actually be a teacher, be a guide, be a guru in all of these areas. And um, keep take care of your health. Don't ignore your health. And But you'll have very creative ways of going deep into spirituality. Okay, so the usual remedies we discussed in the intro section, but for this one, for Virgo, especially, you can do more, non-physical remedy like meditation, just going on a retreat, going on a pilgrimage, especially foreign travel, for spiritual purposes. All of those will be excellent, and giving of any nature. Donations are a big thing for Virgo during this transit because eighth house is, you know, basically house of excretion, and 12th house is the house of losses. So voluntarily give away wisdom, give away knowledge, voluntarily give away money, help the priests and the temples. So those are big remedies for you, for Virgo. Again, try to have, don't have any ego. Don't go alone. Still have, other people in confidence. Discuss things with other people. But the eighth house will be totally activated. You may have, sudden financial gains from other people. You may discover things about your relationships that you didn't know. So all on the positive note, but really this will, mm, you know, help your spiritual progress by leaps and bounds. So this is excellent time. Just go do meditation, be the leader, and be the change, and be change. Eighth house is change and transformation, and then shine bright. Share with the world. Be the benevolent king, and this will give you name and fame as well in being a spiritual leader. All right, next is the sign of Libra. Libra rising, and we're talking about Sun in Aries. So this is going to be the month when I call it the new Suryodaya, the new sunrise after this turbulent times um, of eclipses, etc. So for Libra, Sun is the 11th Lord, and it'll be transiting through the 7th house. Okay. Now, Sun in the 7th house in general is considered problematic for relationships, especially for Libra, right? So for Libra rising, because first of all, Sun is anyway exalted in Aries. So exalted Sun, even if it's not exalted, Sun in the 7th house means, we have this story, this mythology where the wife of Surya, Sanjana, she had to leave because she couldn't withstand the luster, the light, the brightness of the sun, and so created a shadow of herself and left for her father's home. And so that's the energy of Sun in the 7th house in general, that your spouse may be too bright for you, or you may be too bright for your spouse. So really big caution and precaution for Libra rising is that don't go alone. Talk to your partner. Have a good communication with your partner. And that includes both personal partnerships and business one-on-one partnerships. Okay, don't alienate people. Don't have this too much of this competitiveness. Don't be too restless and impulsive. Don't take action without thinking, without considering other people. And same thing goes for your friendships also, because it's the 11th Lord in the 7th house. So you may alienate your friends if you go alone. But otherwise, this is fantastic period to create some new projects with your partner, as a couple, and also with your friends. And then one thing is keep your desires in check. This is the fifth lord in the seventh house. So maybe too much of this karma energy, too much of desires or this the desire to have pleasures and just enjoy, or just doing things impulsively. Okay, acting on your impulse, just following your desires blindly. That's possible in this transit. So be careful about those. Have some discussion, have some guidance from the wise people, from the Jupiter, from the gurus. Okay, and this may shed light on your relationship. You'll find the truth, real truth about your relationship, the truth about your friendships. Um, one good area is also financial gains with your partner. So you can start some projects with your partners, with your spouse, with your business partner. It's the 11th ruler in the seventh house. That will be excellent. Of course, the project you start, you may not see the results or financial gains within this month. The idea is to start something. Okay. But again, don't be too impulsive. Don't like if you think of some idea right away, you may jump to take action. Don't do that. Think through that. And then also, health of your spouse or partner may improve. You may do some projects together with your partner on, let's say, new health routine or things together. May also dive deep into spiritual studies or spiritual subjects with your partner or with your friends. Um, and then also you could do things together with your partner on social media. You may become famous as a couple. Name and fame is going to be there. Sun is exalted in the seventh house. That's the 11th house ruler. So all of that, excellent time. But again, just caution about, not to have anger, conflicts, or competitiveness in your relationship and with your friends. Otherwise, this is a fantastic transit. And then the sign of Scorpio, Scorpio rising, or Scorpio Lagna. Sun in Aries, April 13th through March 14th. Watch the intersection to get the full picture. And so for Scorpio, Sun is the 10th Lord sitting in the sixth house, transiting through the sixth house. So your sixth house will be illuminated. Wherever Sun goes, that house becomes the focus for that one full month. Sixth house focus means your health, your work, like job, volunteer activities, helping other people. Sixth house is our enemies, competitiveness. So right away, one big caution is not to be excessively competitive. Sun in Aries, Sun is exalted, and with Jupiter for first 2 weeks. So try not to have this excessive competitiveness. Uh, Second is try not to be too impulsive when dealing with your enemies or any issue obstacles. Uh, think through the consequences and develop a plan, have a strategy before you act. That's very important because sixth house will bring your enemies to light. Could be both inner enemies and external enemies. Your Shedripus or your external enemies, people who cause troubles for you or just general obstacles in your life. So think through a plan of action. Jupiter, the gurus will help you. So in other words, take advice from your gurus. There may also be obstacles or issues, conflicts at work, very much possible, but don't be impulsive. Otherwise, in this is a great transit where you'll shine as a leader. You can start new projects, very creative projects at your work. Um, you can also um, help other people, help your co-workers, especially both 10th house and 6th house are involved. So helping the co-workers is a great remedy. Sun is the king. Exalted king means he has the power to help his pupil, help his praja. So helping co-workers will actually make you even a better leader, a very sympathetic and caring leader. You'll find the truth about maybe your health, about your work, about your job. Truth about your health means maybe you'll discover the real way to support your health, new health routine. You'll discover who you are. Uh, your vitality will improve. It's the strong sattvic dharmic planet exalted in the sixth house. And then basically the service to other people, that will be a prime focus. And these are both the Sthana, the sixth house and the 10th house. Um, so your financial situation will improve. Uh, it'll give you opportunities, new projects at work, at your current job, or you may uh, change your job or your profession or your business that will bring in more financial abundance. And then in terms of remedies, help other people with their health issues and help your coworkers. This is big one for you, in fact, for Scorpio, because 6th house and 10th house both related to your work, career, job, profession. So help your coworkers. Make sure you don't have any ego issues at your work, and take decisions only after considering the guidance, taking into account the guidance of other people. So that's overall for the sign of Scorpio. Next, we'll talk the sign of Sagittarius. For the sign of Sagittarius, we have Sagittarius rising, that is Lagna. We have the ninth Lord Surya that'll be transiting through your fifth house. This is a very, very powerful transit. Happens once a year, right? So 1 month in a year when Sun is exalted in the sign of Cancer. And that also has Jupiter along with it for the first couple of weeks. So blessings of the Guru. So this is the time to be creative. Fifth house is creativity. And your children may come out as leaders, or you may do things with your children, help them with their leadership skills. You may find new romantic partners or new projects or new truth about your romantic relationships. Also, good time for stock investments, in the stock market. Fifth house is speculation also. Uh, be very cautious not to take action too quick. This impulsiveness might be there because there's too much of restless energy, this action, action, action. So think through the things, the action before you jump into like doing any investment or anything. Also take advice from, in fact, take advice both from your children and from your gurus. Is the fifth house, ninth house connection um, before you make any decisions. But this is the three fire signs will shine bright. I mean, this is really magical time for the fire signs, the Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius rising. So for Sagittarius, especially the both the fifth house and the ninth house are activated. So your bhagya is activated. This is going to be a very lucky time for you. Careful about any anger issues with your children or with your gurus, with your superiors, and keep your ego in check. Um, this is a good time to introduce your children to spiritual, subjects. You may introduce them to gurus, wise people. That's the connection of fifth house and ninth house. And also good time to do sports. That's the physical activities. Just be very, very active, physically active. And then a good time to go on a pilgrimage with your children. Okay. Or just spend time at the temple with your children. Go to a local temple with your children. So all of that is indicated, but overall, big time to be creative, do big projects, big initiatives with respect to your children, with respect to your dharma, uh, even for higher studies. Any kind of education, even like undergrad school or grad school or PhD or spiritual studies, all of that is highly, highly going to be very useful, and you'll be very successful in that endeavor. Any kind of education or studies or acquiring wisdom, those will be excellent during this transit. So that's for the sign of Sagittarius. Next, we'll talk about the sign of Capricorn. Sign of Capricorn rising, that is Capricorn Lagna. See, Sun in Aries, exalted king. The king is exalted here, but sitting in the fourth house. Fourth house is our inner happiness. Fourth house is the house of our sleep, also, in a way. That's our bedroom. And so you will discover what gives you inner happiness. There may be a lot of change and transformation going on in terms of finding your truth. What makes you happy? Uh, and literally change of your residence possible, or a lot of renovation in your home. Great time to get into real estate investments, some projects there. And possibly you'll get money from other people. But also there may be some secrets may be revealed about your home, about your mother, about what makes you happy, and literally some other secrets in your life. And then also this is the time to really dive deep into spiritual studies. Uh, Basically, eighth house is esoteric wisdom. And then the ruler sitting in the fourth house, exalted with Jupiter, sign of Aries. That means initiate some new things that will ultimately give you inner happiness. Uh, that is huge here. Be careful with actual fire, dealing with fire at your home. So there could be like fire incidences. And then also figuratively also anger issues, or too much competitiveness, restlessness at your home, ego issues with your mother, or and in general in your home, any conflicts or impulsive decisions, all of those, take care of those. Otherwise, it's a great time, and make your home a sanctuary. Play Gayatri mantra in your residence, Aditya Hridayam in your home every day, every morning. Those are good remedies for Capricorn. Next is the sign of Aquarius. For Aquarius rising or Aquarius Lagna, this sun is seventh lord and it's transiting through the third house. So your seventh lord is exalted and with Jupiter for the first 2 weeks of this transit. So this is a massive opportunity to be courageous. Third house is the house of our courage. Show courage in your day-to-day activities. Be very bold, and do a lot of marketing and sales and reaching out to people, communication. All of that is third house. L- Learn some new skills, start some new projects. Um, and you could do that with your siblings, and you can also do that with your partner. That is the seventh house. Could be your, spouse, or could be your business partner. Doing things together. And then also, short distance travels are going to be very fruitful. Go and talk to people. You could do that as a couple, with your spouse, going around places for your business or for any dharmic activities. Those will be very powerful. Be careful with any fire, in general, like anger issues or conflicts with your spouse or with your siblings. Ego could be a big issue here. So with these relationships, make sure there's no ego. Try not to go alone in your decision making. Consult other people. Consult your spouse and your siblings. There may be too much restlessness or like impulsiveness in taking decisions with respect to these areas. So that's one big caution. Otherwise, huge creativity, huge this leadership capability, and you can shine as a leader, uh, as a communication, in your communication, in your marketing, in your sales, in learning new skills with your partner. So initiate new projects, and you'll have lots of blessings and expansion, especially the first 2 weeks, and Jupiter is there too. You'll have blessings of the guru when you're making those decisions. Next is a sign of Pisces, Pisces rising or Pisces Lagna. Uh, so Sun is going to be transiting your second house. Sun is your sixth house lord going through your second house. That means your second house will be activated. The light will be shining upon your second house. Your speech will be the focus. You may become a big leader, a big speaker. Uh, Excellent time to speak in front of like 1,000 people. Your food and habits will improve. You'll have more sattvic diet. You'll eat more, balanced and sattvic food. Your relationship with your family members will improve. You'll do projects or things to build your family wealth. The focus will also be on your health. That's the sixth lord in the second house. New projects, new health routine is possible or advisable. And then also helping other people through your speech or through your family wealth. Uh, New projects, volunteer work or service projects using your family wealth. And then also it'll help with your job, with your work. This is your two earth trikonas are two of the three earth trikona, the houses are activated, which is the second house and the sixth house. That's all about the resources and wealth and money. So there'll be abundance, there'll be more financial gains. And then also, you'll deal more strongly as a leader with your enemies. So good time for competitive exams or uh, sitting in exams, but also dealing with inner enemies and external enemies. Uh, 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 that's the sixth house, Lord. One big caution is not to have any ego issues with your family members or with your uh, people who you work with, your co-workers. And also careful with dealing with fire, at work. That's a big caution. Otherwise, you'll have blessings, lots of creativity, lots of new projects around these areas, and huge blessings of Surya and Jupiter for the first 2 weeks as well. So if you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to get the notifications. And as I mentioned, we're also going to start 2 courses in April, very detailed courses on Jyotish. One will be a 24-week deep dive, very extensive course, 1 class a week. And then another one will be specifically on nakshatras only, a 9-week course, a very practical course on nakshatras. Details are forthcoming. You can see on my website also for courses as well as consultations, VedicAstroAmit.com. Thank you so much for watching and for your time. I'll see you next time.